Hi everyone, welcome once again to my YouTube channel. My name is Mirella. If you don't know me, I came from Brazil to study music in London for the very first time. So I'm doing a couple of web series or vlogs to share a little bit about my journey around here. One of them is this one that I talk a little bit of the behind of the scenes of being an independent artist, emerging artist in London. And another one is a hashtag TBT project that comes every Thursday, hashtag TBT, that I do with my friend Leo, that we do a bunch of rearranged covers of old hits that we really like. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to this channel and keep up with everything I've been doing so far. Today I'm gonna talk about the last gig that I had on Sunday. This last Sunday I had an amazing gig at an amazing venue in like Soho, very central London. It's called Spice of Life. I think it's nice to share this kind of experience because I've learned a lot from all this organization process, the rehearsal, and all the stuff that I learned after the gig. And it's good because if you are a musician too, you can also learn with my experience and how to arrange your own gig and learn with my mistakes. I'm gonna divide this video in kind of 4 parts. The first one is preparation. So for this specific gig, I got this gig a few months ago. And I actually knew Spice of Life because it's a very famous music venue, and also they have an amazing open mic night there every 3rd Monday of each month. So I went there, I performed like I think 3 times at the open mic, and I got familiar with the sound engineer that is the same guy who organizes the gigs. And I came to him and introduced myself, I started having contact with him, and I asked if I could perform there one day. So just a little tip of networking. I have performed there before. That was not my first gig there, but it was the best one for sure. So still talking about preparation, because I knew this gig was going to be one of the biggest ones that I were going to have. Kind of saved all my guests' possibilities for this one. What does that mean? I did promote all the other gigs that I had, but this was the one that I said I want people to come to this one because it's such a nice venue and it sells your image in the best way possible. I'm gonna discuss a little bit more how I organized the inviting people to this gig a little later on this video. Moving on to the rehearsal part. The first thing I do, I get together with my trio that I perform always with Leo and Manon. I'm gonna leave their links below. So they come here, we rehearse like in the living room. So for me, right now, it's much better to not have a full band thing because it's easier to organize, it's easier to communicate, it's easier to rearrange my songs. So for now, it's working super fine for me. So we get together, we see the songs that we've been playing in the other gigs and if there's any other new song. And it's very nice because in my set we have a bunch of harmonies. So this is the moment that we arrange all the harmonies and the structure of the song and change everything, anything we think would be nice. That being done, we move on to the gig. Spice of Life, as I said, it's a very nice venue in Soho, right next to the Harry Potter Theater. Very well known, the sound is amazing, I love the environment. And honestly, if you're inviting people that are not from the music industry, they're gonna be much more impressed to see that you're performing in a place like that that looks so nice. Another thing that I really value there is the organization. So the guy who runs the night, if he says you're gonna perform at 9:15, you're gonna be on stage at 9:15. And another really good thing for me is that because they don't do a sound check, they do a line check, you don't have to get there at 4 p.m. to perform at 10. So me and Manuel got there at 6:15 and we performed at 9:15, which was completely fine. Just one observation, don't do it for money. The bad side about Spice of Life is that they don't pay well, which is old news if you're an independent artist. As for our performance, I think we were very tight in harmonies. I was a little bit more nervous than usual this time, I think because I knew a bunch of people that were in the audience, so it got me a little freaking out. So 2 things very important that I noticed in my performance. So I'm just saying this because it's important for you to analyze your performance and see what you have to change so you can get always better. First thing, I stopped drinking alcohol for a few days just because I want to clean my body. And I could see the difference that it had in my vocals. I can still feel it because I was always super dry and by the end of the gig I was kind of tired, and this time my voice was like very well handled. I'm trying to say that I had a very good vocal performance without sounding like I am Adele. But still, I was very happy with my vocal performance. Something that I do need to improve, and I'm super tired of knowing that, is my guitar skills. I can play the guitar, I'm not the worst player ever, but I have some tempo and rhythm issues that I know that I have to improve. The good thing is that I have such good partners by my side that this doesn't really affect our performance, because even when I get lost a little bit, they immediately get into the right tempo and we save the song and nobody noticed. So it's kind of, I know that I'm messing up, but it doesn't show up. And last but not least, after the gig, I analyze stuff that I have to plan for the future. So I've been playing the same songs for a few gigs now. This last gig, we only included one new song. So I know that I need to work on my songwriting skills and work with more people, write songs with Mano, write songs with Leo, so I can have a different set, because I don't want people to come to my gigs all the time and listen to the old same songs all over again. I am thinking of developing a full band or fuller band set, like maybe having a cajon or maybe having a violin, something like this. This is something that I'm working on and I'm gonna keep on my list. So, as the guests part that I was saying before. As for the guests part, as I was saying before, I realized this new strategy to take people to your gigs. I always struggled a lot to have people in my gigs, not because I don't think my set is good, but it's just because people don't take it too seriously. They have a bunch of gigs to go and they just choose them. So I would always have like 5, 4, 7, nothing that much. So 2 things about inviting people. 1, the place makes all the difference. Saying that it was in Soho, saying that it was a nice environment, saying that it was a famous place, blah blah blah, make people want to be there and be curious about it. 2nd, personally inviting people. So different to post a flyer on Instagram and say, come to my gig, come watch me, come support me. So different when you post like a flyer on Instagram and say, this is my gig, it's gonna be this place, come support me, come to everyone on your Instagram. Then you go individually to people that you think you would like to go to see, and you think they want to support you. And you go there and say, hi, I know that you've been supporting me all this time. I have a gig on this day, this time. All right, it's a super nice venue. I would love to see you there. It's like a personal approach, because for me, it's important that that person specifically is there, and I want them to feel that way. So this is something that I started doing because I thought it was important, and it showed to be very efficient. So this gig, differently from all the other ones I had, we had over 20 people, we had almost 25 people there just to watch us. This time I was saying, I have a gig at Spice of Life, a very nice place. I'm headlining, and I want to see you there. I love when people do it to me. I love receiving a message saying, I have this gig, I want you to go. I would be much more interested to go than seeing this flyer on Instagram. But anyway, and then after all this, I just need to find new gigs and try to play on this gig again and make contact with people. I thanked everyone who came there, because I think it's so important. No one was taken for granted. And it was such a good night, such good friends, good energy, good vibe. It was amazing. And I hope this video helps you somehow. If you have any questions about Spice of Life, or you want contacts, or you want anything else, just leave comments below and I'll reply to you. I'm gonna leave some videos of the gig just because it was super nice, and some links below so you can check the oldest videos that we have. And that's it. I will see you next week, and thank you very, very much. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, because it helps me a lot and I really need it. Bye!
I will not be who you want me to be. Oh, can't you see that's just not me? I stop it there so you can understand, and politely ask you to leave. I just don't get why should anything change just when you hear my country's name. I will not be who you want me to be. Oh, can't you see?